So Dwayne Brown, he'll be out dealing with his shoulder. George Fant's going to be out dealing with his knee. Herbig's going to be out dealing with his calf. Eccles will be out. Joyner will be out. And then Mike White will also be out. Sorry, I'm still going down this list. LDT will be questionable. When you guys see the report, I think he'll be able to dress. We'll see. It's going to be game time to see what type of availability he has. Jordan Whitehead, C.J. Uzama, and Ashton Davis will all be questionable, but we're expecting them to play.
Who do you have left on the offensive line? Sorry to be weird, but I'm going through the names in my head, and I can't come up with a roster.
Now we got a bunch of, you know what?
Me and Watson, I gotta look at.
We got a bunch of fighters is what we got, and it's going to be good. It's going to be an opportunity for Ogbuehi, and we've got Remmers, and Feeney's been looking for an opportunity. So there's guys who are looking for that opportunity, and I'm sure they're very excited about it.
Robert, with the quarterbacks, even beyond like performance or whatever, how challenging is it to go through a season and have to play the musical chairs game as much as you guys had?
It is challenging. It's some of it obviously because of injury, but it's the head of the snake, and if you're not getting consistent play or consistent movement from the head of the snake, it's not going to be good. And we've got to be better as coaches. There's some circumstances for the quarterback that just made it impossible for them to be consistent, and then there's some things that were self-inflicted. But it's not It's not in a vacuum. It's not one thing. There's a lot of different things that have contributed to it over the course of the year, and it's something that we're gonna get fixed in the offseason. It has to.
What happened with Mike?
So Wednesday was a walkthrough, which is why full practice walkthrough, he can do all that. Just wasn't feeling right. His ribs, if I'll just point it out, the end of half, Hail Mary, the sack that he took, really bothered him, even going in the second half, which clearly affected his ability to throw the ball, as you guys all have seen from watching tape. He played really well in the first half, just was a little off in the second half. And he's just in a lot of pain.
What was the thinking with less than a minute left in the half on your own 1 yard line to try to drive the ball, and then he got crushed at the end of the drive by Darryl Taylor?
Yeah, we 17-6, felt like we had the ball coming out of the locker room, wanted to be aggressive. We were moving the ball really well. We were trying to find a way to get in the field goal range, and then we got into a position where, because we had 2 timeouts left, so we felt like with 2 timeouts, I believe there was about 45 seconds. That's plenty of time to get to Zerline's range. And we wanted to be aggressive. We were making decent progress. Ended up in a position where we could get to a Hail Mary. And since we were there, might as well just try to be aggressive, get some points, try to spark the offense. Knew we were getting the ball to start the second half. And unfortunately, it didn't work out. He got hit. You're not expecting to get hit in a Hail Mary situation, but he did.
Zach will be the backup?
Zach is the backup, yes.
Why Flacco over Zach?
Again, it's more, give Joe this opportunity, but also with Zach, you call it coach's decision. I want to stay firm with him and make sure that he gets to attack this offseason, and I just want to get him to the offseason so we can start and attack the plan that we've been building. Putting him out there right now, I just don't. It's not going to do him any good. It's not going to do anyone any good. For him, for Zach, it's all about 23.
Why Flacco over Streveler?
Flacco gives us the best chance to win in that case.
Even the way he's played recently?
Joe?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can hold Joe accountable for that Buffalo game. Quarterback coming in cold, limited practice reps and all that. That's not. I don't look at that. I thought
even before that.
I don't think it was terrible. I mean, I get it. We were 1-2. He moved the ball. He did well. We didn't score points. We could have been better on defense for him. Was awesome versus Cleveland. So yeah, a little bit up and down, but Joe's still a veteran quarterback and gives us the best chance to win.
Are the Brown fans' decisions? Obviously, those 2 guys have been battling stuff all season. Is this just, hey, it's not worth putting these guys out here?
No, the wheels fell off. Like Dwayne, I'm surprised he made it this far. He could have called it quits after training camp, and so just thankful for him. And I mean, you talk about a dude who loves football and just gave this team everything when he didn't have to. It's why he was our selfless warrior. Forever grateful for him and the example he set. They don't make guys like him anymore. It's very rare that you find a guy like him in this league, period. And with George, he's been battling on one leg all year. And, he just needs to get healthy, get himself to the off season. And then with Herbie, he's just, again, same thing. He was dealing with a calf, and then the other calf blew on him. And he's just, they're hurt. So.
With Dwayne, are you hoping to have him back next year? I mean, I don't know if he's made any decisions yet or anything.
I don't know. We've got to talk to him. I'm not sure where he's at and with his mindset. I know he's got to get some surgeries, and we'll see. Got to talk to him.
With Flacco, when you say with Flacco giving you the best chance to win, you open the press conference talking about all those offensive linemen being out. And he's kind of a statue in the pocket right now and struggling to run. So why does Flacco give you the best chance to win?
Quick processor, quick decision maker. Quarterbacks sometimes can alleviate pressure by his ability to process and get rid of the football, and that's what Joe does.
Was it a mistake, Robert, to play Mike last week?
No, again, doctor clearance, all that stuff. We tried it. He felt really good, and he looked really good in the first half, and then it got re-aggravated. And so you could play the hypothetical, or was it a mistake? He still felt good and played good football in the first half, and then, but we knew the risk would be that if he re-aggravated it, it wasn't going to be good, and it got re-aggravated.
With Zach, we talked to Mike LaFleur yesterday, and he said he thought in hindsight Zach would have benefited from sitting as a rookie and watching a veteran. What are your thoughts on that?
You guys got him with the hypothetical.
He brought it up
You guys
himself.
brought it. You guys got him. You guys got him. You guys got him. You know what? With Zach, we can go play 18 and create a million different scenarios that could have been done. But if we're really telling ourselves the truth and we reflect back on that Zach's rookie year, he was the best quarterback during rookie minicamp. He was our best quarterback during OTAs. He was our best quarterback during training camp. Had a fantastic preseason. Did really well in the preseason games, and he earned the right to be the starter. Earned it. And then from there, he finished the season strong. I know he had the injury, and he finished the season strong. And there was a lot of promise coming into this year, but we could come up with a million different scenarios, but the fact is he earned being our starting quarterback and thought he did a good job, but just didn't finish out the way we wanted, or hasn't gone the way we wanted this year anyway.
On that first play, the 60-yard run in Seattle, looking back at the tape, it looked like all three linebackers went to the left. Why did they do that?
Those are their gaps. I'm not going to get from a schematic standpoint, but it wasn't the linebackers.
They all were supposed to go to the left?
Yeah, that was the initial play moves to the left, and then the ball wound back. So there's backside pursuit that needs to close.
How has Quinnen Williams played against the run?
Quinnen's been great. Quinnen's dominated everything.
Even against the run?
Yeah, no, he's doing fine. He's Quinnen's impossible to block. But again, that's why football is a beautiful sport. It's not one person. There's 11 players on the football field, and from safeties to linebackers to D-line. There's an old, not an old saying, but they're called defensive linemen because they're the line of the defense. They're called linebackers because they back the line, and they're called defensive backs because they got the defense's back. And so it's all three levels. So when you look at a 60-yard run, it's not one player, it's not linebackers. It's all three levels have to take care of that and keep it inside 12 yards. That's our ultimate goal, is that if it does leak, you keep it inside 12. But Quinnen has been dominant in every aspect of his game.
Can you take out one more? Robert, was there some talk with Joe as you were talking through this week that this could be, his last hurrah? We don't know what his plans are, but he's getting a start. Could be his last.
I think Joe wants to play, and I think Joe still can play. You guys know how I feel about Joe, and whether it's in backup capacity or starter, Joe wants to play, and I don't want to speak for him. It'd be something for him, but I would imagine he still wants to play.
Robert, what's your message to the team? Now you're going to have basically three backup offensive linemen, backups of backups in some cases. You're changing quarterbacks again. Playoffs are out of reach. This is kind of a tough spot to get up for a game.
That's where I challenge the thought on that one, with all due respect, cause I just these are professional football players. They're going to fight their asses off. Excuse my language. I know defensively they kind of come out hot and fight their butts off. I know offensively, these guys are getting an opportunity. I find it hard pressed to believe that if I walk up to Feeney and say, "Hey, dude, sorry, you're a backup," and you're going to get he's like, "Screw that! I'm a starter in this league, and I want to show that I can be a starter." So I promise you, he's going to fight. So is everyone else who's going to get the opportunity. And I've stood up here before and said that the difference between player A and player Z is reps and an opportunity. And it may not show in the first game, but if you keep giving player Z those opportunities and reps, eventually they close the gap and move up the alphabet ladder. But I know they'll get up because they're professional football players, and that's what they do. And I know the defensive side has got a lot of pride in offense. These guys have pride, and I'd be shocked if they didn't.
Would you like Joe Flacco back next year to mentor Zach Wilson?
For sure. Joe, Mike White, we love the room. There's obviously a lot of discussions that have to be had with Joe and all that stuff. But I thought Joe has done a great job just being professional through this whole process, going from starter to backup. When we made the move from Zach, not getting that opportunity, he's just been a professional through all the chaos of the season, and really respect him and for what he stands for. And I call Joe's like a Ford pickup truck. You may not appreciate him in September and October and November because there's nothing flashy in his game, but when December and January hit and the weather's kind of shitty, he's still freaking rolling. And so that's Joe, and so I have a genuine appreciation for him.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, thanks, guys.